Voices in my head know me, call me. I will be restless. Somehow they chose me.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I created a look today using the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. When I got it, I was super drawn to these blue shades here, even the purple, but they're so out of my comfort zone. I would have never even done a look like this if it wasn't for the purpose of filming the video. So I really hope that you guys enjoy how it turned out and keep watching if you want to know how to get this look. I'm looking a little bit crazy because I just went in and did my eyebrows. I used the Benefit Cabral in the number 4. Shaded them in because usually this takes me a long time. Okay, next I want to go in and carve them out and kind of define and give them a little bit more shape, make them look really sharp. I'm going to do that using the MAC 242 brush. It looks like this. Anything that you have that's flat, you can use that to dip into your concealer and then just start carving everything out. So I've coated my brush with a decent amount of product, and I'm just going to start giving my eyebrows the shape and cleaning them up. So I always start at the arch of my brow, and I'm not going to go too in detail because if you want an eyebrow tutorial, of course I can do that. I'm going to drag the concealer downwards, and this is going to conceal and give my eyes a nice base for all the shadows that we're going to apply on top. It's going to conceal all the redness or darkness that I might have on my eyes and make all the other colors pop. I'm going to continue with my eye makeup, and usually I do this because any potential fallout that I might have from the eyeshadow, I don't want it to fall and ruin my face makeup, so I do this step first all the time. It took me a while to get used to doing that because I kind of couldn't picture it, but I promise do this and it'll be so much easier than having to clean up all that fallen eyeshadow. So I have no idea where I'm going with this, but I know I want to use this blue color from the palette. So I never do colors like this. I usually stick to browns, and this color is showing up so pretty. My eyes are so drawn to it once I open the palette. This is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. It is absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to start blending colors into my crease. I'm going to take an M504 by Morphe. It's just this big fluffy brush, and I'm going to go into a transition shade. Any color like this will work just fine. Any light brown. Roll my brush in there and just tap off any excess. With a light hand, I'm going to go back and forth and swivel my brush around in circular motions to get this color to blend in my crease. This light color is basically what you want all the other colors that you're going to keep building on top. That's what all those colors are going to blend into. And when I get to the outer corner, I just wing it out. This brush is so forgiving because it's so fluffy. It's just going to diffuse the product really evenly, really nicely. I'm going to switch to a smaller, more tapered brush because I want to get deeper into my crease. I'm going to use a Morphe M441 brush. So you see it's a little bit smaller and tapered. And I want to go in with a darker shade. Something like this. Applying it first to the outer corner and building it up. Going in back and forth. Motions on the outside. And bringing it in slowly. So I pack on the most of the product out here and I bring it in slowly. I'm gonna dip into this brown here. It's a really warm, chocolatey, orangey brown. This shade is beautiful and it's so pigmented. I'm gonna keep the same brush, but I'm gonna do the shade lower. So I'm gonna apply it lower. Again, on the outer corner still. And bringing it in little by little, but I'm not going as high as I did when I was applying the other shades. So I'm gonna keep this very, very low in my crease still. I'm gonna go back with the blending brush that we used initially, the M504. And I'm gonna make sure that I have no harsh lines before I start building on that other color. I use the Morphe M506 and I'm going to dip into this color here. And I'm going to place that again in the same area, doing the same motion. But using this brush will allow for a little bit more of a precise blending right in my crease, which is exactly what I want. I don't want this color to be all over the place. But we still are going to go in and kind of like blow it out and smoke it out. But in a second, girl. In a second. And I'm literally going all the way to the front with this color. Because I'm going to blend it out anyway. Using the blending brush again with no excess product, I'm just gonna blend out those harsh lines. So taking a little bit more concealer, I'm using the Age Rewind in the shade Neutralizer. This is the one I usually go to do these like cut crease type of things. Going back with the 249 brush from MAC 242. Dipping it in, the same thing that we did initially. Coating it front and back. I'm going to start at the center of my eye and just start dragging the concealer down. You want to be very careful with this step because you don't want to go more than you should. Of course, you could totally skip this step, but I want that blue to show with the most intensity. I'm going to run my finger on the outside because I don't want a harsh edge there. I'm going to actually blend some more brown on that outer corner. And we have kind of like this really opaque space. Again, I'm going to set that because I don't want to crease while I take my time and do the other eye, because this is one step that you definitely do not want to rush through. Using a MAC 239 brush, anything flat and short like this, I'm going to dip into the blue. I'm going to spray this with some Fix Plus to give the most intensity possible. Wow. Oh my god, this is beautiful. I'm living right now for this color. Wow. gonna go back in with this deep brown color, that chocolatey brown, and a blending brush, and just blend the outer corner a little bit. And then more tapered to go with the red here. It's like a brick color. Zoe! I'm gonna do that right out here, just to melt those two browns together. I'm gonna highlight my inner tear duct with the E18 by Morphe as well, and I'm gonna grab this shade. I'm gonna grab this shade right here. I'm gonna just pop that in the inner corner and use it to highlight. And then also with an M213, which is a little bit smaller, I'm going to use that to highlight my brow bone. I'm going to give my lashes a coat of mascara. I'm going to use the Voluminous Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. I'm going to leave those lashes to dry, and I'm going to move on to my face. I'm going to prime using the Hangover X from Too Faced. I'm going to put this moisturizer all over my face. This creates a nice sticky layer for the foundation. I'm going to minimize my pores. I'm going to use the Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer. I'm going to apply a little bit and just apply where I get enlarged pores, which is on my cheeks here and a little bit on my nose. And this is going to make the foundation look so flawless. I never skip this step. I'm going to be mixing the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 128 and 220. This is the matte and poreless. And I get asked all the time for a good recommendation for a foundation. And I know foundation shopping could be so frustrating in picking the right one that works for your skin type. But this one I find works on a lot of different skin types. It's matte, but it's not so drying that it's not going to work on someone with dry skin. It gives somewhat of a dewy finish still. So I really enjoy this foundation, and I find a lot of people that I've recommended it to have always came back with good feedback. So I really recommend for you to try this if you're looking for a foundation. I'm going to use the Morphe M439 brush to stipple this onto my face. And this brush is a dream. It makes everything glide on so smoothly. Of course, the primers help for that as well. But this is quick. I would say that it is about a medium coverage. So I find it looks really pretty and somewhat natural. It doesn't look cakey throughout the day. I'm going to pop on my lashes really quickly. I feel like they're dry. I'm going to contour my face with some creams today. So I'm going to use LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Toffee. And I'm going to go around my forehead. This is going to make everything look slim. It's going to make It's gonna make the bronzer that you apply on top last so much longer throughout the day. I love cream contouring or bronzing. Not the bridge, I mean down the side of my nose to make it look a little bit more slim. I'm gonna blend it all in with a 230 brush by MAC. It's dual fiber, so I really like how this blends out my contour. Sometimes when I blend it out with a beauty blender, I feel like the blender soaks up too much of the bronzer. So taking my Shape Tape concealer in the shade Light Medium, this is my absolute favorite concealer. This concealer is amazing. I'm going to take it on the side here and drag it all the way down. It is so full coverage, but it looks awesome throughout the day. It doesn't crease on me or anything. I think it's awesome. I'm going to highlight with this as well. So I'm going to do it on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, on my chin, and on my cupid's bow a little bit. Also, I'm going to just do it there because I feel like my contour was a little bit sloppy. And this I do with a beauty blender because I can get heavy-handed with the concealer. So this will kind of soak up any excess. Okay, so once I've blended all of that out, I'm gonna set it. So I'm gonna use the MAC Patrick Star powder. And I know I shouldn't be using this because it's sold out and I don't think it's coming back, but it's just so good. So if you have your hands on this, yay. It just melts so seamlessly into the skin. It's just awesome. Any translucent powder will work. The Coty Airspun is amazing. I really like that one. I used it in my last video. I'm going to take that color all the way in and set the sides and my forehead. But I don't really powder with this. I don't want to go in with a really big fluffy brush and use the Hello Flawless powder by Benefit in Petal and kind of just go all over. I don't really set my skin with the powder. A little bit over my contour so that bronzer could glide on. I'm going to use Give Me Sun Bronzer by MAC. So I'm going to grab it by the outside so I can have a more light-handed application. I need to finish my sentences. I'm sorry, I'm still getting used to the explaining, but it's difficult to explain what you're doing. I feel like it's easier to, you know, obviously have someone actually sitting here that I'm explaining it to, but I'm gonna keep doing my best. I'm gonna drag that down because I want to look bronzy and I'm not bronzy at all. Now is when I'm gonna blend out my nose and see it leaves a sharp, you know, sharp situation going on. So next I'm gonna go back into my eyes before I finish my face makeup, And I want to use this Urban Decay Glide On pencil in the shade Lucky. It's like a brown, I don't know if you could see that. Really pretty brown color. And I'm going to just run this on my waterline because maybe black might be too much. I cannot do this on camera, so. I feel like my eyes need to be deepened just a little bit. Like I feel like I'm missing something on the outer corner. So I'm going to use maybe this dark purpley. I'm going to mix these two purple shades right here in the corner of the palette. These two shades. And I'm going to just deepen up my outer corner just a little bit. So I'm going to take a more densely packed brush. I feel like it was looking, it needed some smoke. You know, a little something something. Dip into these browns here and blend that in the lower lash line. I'm going to actually dip into all these browns. Of course, I'm going to be boring and basic and do a nude color, but I feel this is really necessary for this look because we have so much going on in the eyes that we want to tone the lips down a little bit. And I'm going to use Spice Lip Liner by MAC and Creme de Nude lipstick. Actually, I'm going to use Jubilee lipstick by MAC. And I'm going to top it off with a little bit of Patience Please lip gloss by MAC. I'm going to highlight my cheeks with a little flat brush, and I'm going to use the Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlight. I'm going to use Melba Blush by MAC. It's a matte pinky color, one of my faves. Put this on top of my cheeks, on my cheekies. I absolutely love these lashes. I forgot to mention that they are, again, the Dodo lashes, and when I tell you they are so fluffy, they are so big, but yet so comfortable. They are just amazing. I discovered this a couple months ago, actually, and I've been buying them ever since. And when I order, I like restock, and I wear them all the time. Of course, you can always rewear these lashes. You could get a good 10 wears out of them. Am I saying something crazy? I don't know. How many times do you guys reuse your lashes? I use them a ton, but max 10. I'm going to leave the link in the description box below of these lashes because I think you guys will really enjoy them. And I'm going to spray my face with a little bit of Fix Plus just to melt all those powders into my skin. And so everything meshes and looks a little bit more like skin rather than so powdery. And the look is complete. I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching this tutorial. I had so much fun creating this look. I think it's so pretty. Again, I feel like making this video made me step out of my comfort zone 100% because I never do looks like these. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, subscribe, hit the like button. Please leave me a comment of any videos that you guys would like to see, any questions that you have. I hope you know, this helped and you learned a new trick or two and you apply it in your makeup. So thanks.